with you. If I ain't never split a bill with you, I got Hennessy and Hort. Baby girl wearing nada, ass growing from a cider, bad robe in his Prada, Fiji water by the cold glass, granddaddy by the zip lock, flex season. I'm road running, I'm staying all on my tip top. Young man with an old mind, so I ain't worried about slight shit. I be up till sunrise, staying out on my night shift. I got a bottle of bourbon, a bundle of hundreds, I'm cheeky, I'm flexing the beat. Figured I hit it and quit it, I'm busy, I ain't got the minutes for texting me. Working from the gutter with me and my brother, I'm moving my brother right out of the city. Bitch, I'm a star and they know I go hard, so I'm kissing them babies and selling them titties. Gold blinging like Chingo, rock star like Ringo. Checks coming in back to back, I'ma line them up like bingo. Oh, I think that they like me. They be all on my wood tip, not a stain on my white tee. I'm popping all of this good shit. Big flex, my swole up, double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big flex, my swole up. Hard body, they fold up. Shawty say I done glowed up. Double text on my phone up. Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't style, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so I need you.
Gotcha. I gotta show you how to twirl it a little bit more, girl. I gotta show you how to twirl it some more.
Hating on the pen, don't style, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so I need you.
I gotta show you, girl. I gotta show you how to twirl it some more, cha-cha. I gotta show you how to put that back into it, girl. I saw you just for a minute, girl, but I had chitlins. I had chitlins last, girl. I had baby Emma. I wasn't feeling too good. Had some type of, I don't know. I'm only gonna be here just for a minute though, y'all. Cause I gotta take a 45-minute drive. I got to go get some house stuff. The house stuff for the rental. How y'all doing, ladies? What's going on? What's going on? I know you, I seen you. I pipped in. I said, Lord, let me get on here and help her out. But then I thought about it, shit, I'm under NyQuil tonight, baby. I was under NyQuil, so still kind of stiff, stuffy. I mean, I don't know what the hell. I'm like, you know what? I gotta stay away from around people, even the grandkids. I go around people, and when I turn around, I'm like back sick or some shit. Yeah, I'm like, what in the hell? It doesn't feel bad. Right now. Did I pause that? Yeah, I did. Doesn't feel bad right now. You girl, I'm about to give you one because the LGBT LMNOP crew over on the other side of the street. I've been looking at them and laughing my ass off at them, right? You can clearly, let's not jump in the middle of it though. Let's not jump in the middle of this. How y'all doing? Everybody's good? How y'all doing good? Y'all doing good? I know it's Sunday. Let me give my own self a like on my channel, girl. But baby, sometimes it's hard to watch Korea because it be, I can't, I'll be like, it fucks with my feminine side. You know what I mean? I'll be like, Korea, when I first started hearing the change, in the voices, I was used to the, girl, I was used to that, right? Because we had a few in high school, girl. But throughout my years of high schooling and stuff, I guess I never detect the training of how to make, themselves talk like that. Shit, you want to talk about some weird shit. That's some weird ass shit. I know good goddamn well that boy wasn't born that damn way with the way he talked. That comes with practice, it's practice, I don't know to say that it's elegant or if it's, I don't even know what trend. I don't know if it's thug. I don't know. I don't know what it is, Carib. I listen. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I want to know. All I know is how Miss Ver that it fits inside the whole. I got a light flashing up here some freaking where getting on my nerves, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna carry on. So I be sitting here and I'm like, Lord, 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 did Mr. Kelly's audio cause an uproar over in the LGBTQRSV movement across the street, right? How misguided. I got a little in my feelings about it, especially when you are out here truly supporting Mr. Kelly, right? I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all today too. I got about maybe an hour with you guys, then I gotta go because I gotta leave out the house just for a little bit. But I gotta be honest with you. I got a little upset, man. I got a little upset. And then there's that part where when you get upset, you got to mind your tongue because there's other people with different perceptions or their opinion and how they may feel about it. But on the other hand, I took a look in the mirror. Bitch, do you? Because ain't no motherfucker about to do shit to me. So, bitch, I was over here, do you, right? So my truth is going to come out. Gave it a thought. Because I try to be a little respectful about people feelings and how they do feel about this whole situation. But at the end of the day, there shouldn't be any feelings in this because, Mr. Kelly is the only person that's going through this. However, I'm listening to these audios, right? Just like all of you guys have done. We pretty much have learned where the exclusive hit, right? It was with the Rick party, right? Yes, because they have some type of years of a relationship, and Rick Party has a platform for, I guess, a main media network that can get his story out, right? About this whole Tasha K and the emails situation, right? And now, I understand that when we have to get some things out, when we're working on ourselves, you want to kind of get it, heard everywhere, nationwide, whatever, over in the different continents or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, I'm sitting here and I was like, I wonder if I would have opposed to it altogether and just kind of have let my attorneys run with it. But that's, Mr. Kelly's decision where, I got to speak out now because, in my opinion, like, since this didn't get to become an epidemic about these emails and how these girls are, flipped and the family flipped and all of this stuff, right? I guess he felt, well, the case is pretty much over with, so I can talk about that. So I still have my who, what, when, where's, and why's behind literally like the whole audio thing, right? Not about who it got dropped to. I was okay with that. You look at his background, what other person to do it with, right? But then, of course, an audio now is in the hands of that other guy who goes by the name of Storm Moreau, right? And he drops it, right? I listened to it, I replayed it, and I put a voting template on the community board. It's like, well, I wonder what does the minions over here think? Because we're the minions, right? We're the minions, right? We all, I guess a lot of people are, Khalib, I think a lot of people are, but then after I'm hearing it, but then once I hear the audio with Storm, right? And now I jump back to hear the beef, right? I'm at the point to who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because they took this audio and for the most part, and all of the people that have been watching, right? They'll never get them people, they don't give a damn about Mr. Kelly. Not a goddamn thing. Even Storm Monroe said something on his part two, I think it was, in a line to something like this. He said, well, it was something with the Leah and whatever, because he did some illegal shit too or something. It was around the end of the audio, no, it was part one, right? It was part one. And there was a lady that was up on there, Melissa or something, and she works with the justice system, or she was in the penitentiary before. So she was kind of putting down the way the rules are with the phone calls, right? So, he jumped in the middle of that and he said something, and I listened to that, right? And I'm saying to myself, well, okay, Mr. Kelly is not aware of the who's out here on the YouTube, right? It's, I guess, whoever can get this message out for him, right? But I'm thinking, Storm Monroe, I would have never did. Because you have to look beyond the horizon of that, right? And the audio was the topic about Tasha K. Storm and Tasha K don't see eye to eye. They may dab it up and respect each other, all that shit on the YouTube or whatever, right? He mentored up under her. He worked for the post office. He flew out there, took a chance, took a shot, bought all those gold shoes with the ruffles on. All that shit went down over there, right? However, I don't think that if it is authentic with him recording it, I wouldn't have dropped his ass shit. Not a motherfucking thing. And that's one thing you just do not do. There's no way that you can convince anybody, no matter what narrative you want to put out here, right? If the people are already against you or have already said, well, that's good for him, he's where he needs to be, them the last people on earth that you would drop anything to, right? So we're looking at Natasha Simonia, right? And she's dropping her stuff. Totally unbiased, right? She's just dropping her stuff. Rick gets the interview and she comes on and she's been dropping the audios, right? Not making any clause about where he should be, that's good for him, or this don't make sense, yada, yada, yada. She drops it and then she tells you, hey, this is from him. I'm just passing on the message. But yet then, now it is in the hand of the LGB goddamn weirdos over there. And they weird to me. It is. Let me tell you why. One is envy for whatever sake, that Sean guy. He's just envy as hell, and and then they have the audacity to call people weird. Weird is the shit that they're doing, because right now they're only trying to argue about a situation that is stupid as fuck, right? But it drags them the views and the clicks in. You can hear Sean Wavy doing his explanation about what's those other social sites, Hollywood Knocks, or the big platforms up there, right? Come out and they all, he's just constantly talking about credit and the credit and the credit. Somebody explained to me, they're never gonna come out. They're never gonna pass information along to where it can prompt, a type of investigation that Mr. Kelly is looking for. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for justice behind what was done to him. But they're over there arguing, I ain't lying, Cliff. They over there arguing about, well, it ain't you, it is you, and the credit's this and the credit's that. He did do it, and this and that. I'm like, will you look at these? I'll be able to look at these niggeros. That's what I be saying. Niggeros, boy. It just, I've been laying under NyQuil, right? I knocked the stuff out of me, right? What's going on, Pernell? And I'm looking at them and I'm going, you got to be fucking kidding me. Now, Storm Monroe, he's up, he labeled his as exclusive and yada, 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 getting this audio and stuff like that, right? Did you hear him talk about anything about helping Mr. Kelly behind this audio? He ain't never finna go across Tasha K to that freaking certain extent. And you wanna know why? Tasha K knows everything about that goddamn boy. He's not finna risk to the limit, above the limit with Tasha K. That ain't gonna fucking happen. She know too much. She know everything about him. He may sit there and talk about he don't give a fuck and all this, right? Now, where does Sean Wavy trying to get in there on here at? Oh, he wants to leave. See, this is like lining up all the horses at the racetrack. You understand what I'm saying? All of these mane and tails, they line it up. And they is reaching for the top. They want the top. And it's crazy because we're looking at black on black, right? We're looking at black on black in a different way. Not criminal. They ain't pulling no guns or nothing like that, but they gonna stumble. They gonna hit each and every last one of them to get to the freaking top of this bullshit right here. And now, since it had left this side over here, because I'm gonna get into the part, where I kind of got my feelings at, right? Because just hold that thought, right? So you can see the motive behind that sector of them right now. Now, let me tell you where we can align this to slavery, okay? Because they all caught up still in that slavery motherfucking mentality, right? Instead of maybe all of them getting together, because it's enough, it's a big piece of a pie to share. It's a lot of money out here to share, right? But one wants more than the other. You would think with R. Kelly dropping an audio out to get some understanding and to tell what he has learned that had happened to him about these emails, right? You would think that all of them would get together and say, hey, we need to collab on this one, right? We all can get in on this one and make something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is crazy. I see you. You're not blocked. I see you. I see you, girl. You're in. You're not blocked at all. So, I get it. Over here in this sector and under this umbrella, everybody is okay. You know why? Because they got the message out. But under what cost though? For clicks and views? It ain't going no farther than what the hell that they received from Mr. Kelly, coming through Natasha Simonia, blogging, and they just eating this up and running with it. I saw some people from this sector, I try to tend to not fuck with people anymore when I see this type of shit, because I'm thinking, man, you ain't even thinking above the surface level. You over here too? The fuck? They don't give a fuck. Them people don't give a fuck. It's just obvious. Yes, it got out, it got through, right? Natasha Simonia, and I guess because she's not letting everybody up there to have their saying on this, it's let's go run to over here to some motherfuckers that them people don't give a fuck. Look what they're beefing about now. You don't hear them saying that, oh, well, that makes sense. Oh, we can push this. Oh, well, yeah, I'm willing to bet you that they ain't even come. Somebody got a petition out, right? Or something about the parents. If you think that those people are coming to get themselves involved in something like this to help Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, then everybody out here definitely got to be smoking some goddamn crack. Those are opportunities. Now, which one is more of an opportunity than the other? Shit, Sean Wavy trying to really get the damn numbers up there above where the Tasha K and the Storm Monroes are. So how do you do it? He even said it out of his own mouth. I believe he was saying something about, yes, I'm being subliminal now. And, it's nothing for me to clown you. It's nothing for me to clown you. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Over what? What would be the motive to clown over audio made that was called in from Mr. Kelly, right? What is it to clown on it? The most that I think that should have happened when Storm Monroe, dropped it or whatever for his people, right? Was just that was that and leave it alone. Because at the end of the day, he don't give a fuck either. He don't give a fuck either. So coming back with a part two, it's like, okay, this is what this is all about. Sean David Wayne is, no, you edited and, you did all this and called him a liar. Basically, you edited all over it. But at the end of the day, we would look at it like, who gives a fuck? The shit got out. They got 5 to 3,000 to 38,000 to 50 something more thousand of people now talking about it and understanding what has happened with him and his emails. So that was a plus. I get it. But is it really a plus? This is how we would look at it over here. But is it really a freaking plus when it's in the hands of the wrong people who don't give a fuck? And I'm looking at this, right? And I'm getting a little, I definitely try to keep my feelings out of this shit, right? But I'm looking at this like, look at these motherfuckers making a mockery of Mr. Kelly. Basically, I'm fucking mockery out of him. That's what they do. That's exactly what they're doing. All you hear, again, Sean Wade is talking about Storm Monroe editing, but not about the messages out. And he still sits over there, and I'm wondering, right? If you take Sean Wavy and out of all of the stuff that he has said about Mr. Kelly, and Mr. Kelly would call in to his show, do you know that Negro will tuck his tail just to get that freaking interview from Mr. Kelly? I mean, smile in his face. And the minute he hangs up, he gonna talk about him like a dog behind his back like that? He's that type of, in my opinion, that type of person. And I'm y'all just don't know. I'm sitting on here like, oh, I don't want to bust my TV, but I'll be looking at them like, this is fucked up. They made a fucking mockery out of this shit. It's all about who has the come up, Judy. That's it with that side over there. But I'm telling you, I saw some allegedly Team Kale's people. Hi, Pee Wee. Up over there on the Storm panel, right? And I'm okay. The surface level people. Do y'all know once you click down, he going to the next person, and everything that you said is just gonna sit right there. It ain't going in no newspaper. It ain't going over to WGCI, V103. It ain't even going down there to have Jim Derogatis rewrite this shit up. None. So I'm like, I just be looking at it like, okay, who are you convincing on this panel? You're over in a whole nother freaking sector who dog walked this freaking man. Really? And you think that you're going to get up there with a percentage of 80-20, 20 on the panel, 80 in the chat to do what? The only people that you can grow and keep convincing and make this stuff solid sound is to stick to what you know and who you fucking know and who's already riding with him. That's it. That's all. And, and you got to keep pushing it out. But that's here, near, there. But I seen this boy, and I was like, man, how do they practice that? How do they practice how to talk like that? That's weird. I don't know anybody I don't have any family, or I mean cousins or anything. I got a long line of cousins and everything. And I was like, well, how do they make themselves talk like that? Now, girl. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Sometimes I used to think that most men, since we know that this LGBT stuff, came out, I don't remember it being this big like this, even in high school. I know that there was probably some, but it didn't come out until I don't know what year, probably 2000 or something like that, like when it got really big. So I used to think, and it's just a joke, right, that they started talking like that because of, the same sex, and then they would be getting hit from the rear, and once they hit that darn bone, and then they just stuck with the arms, I guess. I don't know. It's a stupid thought, but that's what I used to think it came from, but I don't know. It was all that audio that is on the other sector over there. Is, in my opinion, it's all just a cloud chase thing, and you got Mr. Kelly pouring his story out here, hoping that someone would sincerely, help do something with it. I'm serious, Mr. Denise. That's why I thought how they'd start changing their voice. Man, I'm serious, right? But they made a mockery of this whole thing, and I hated it. I truly do. I really hated it. No, he didn't. I agree with you, Krista. I agree with you. I don't know. So, but respectfully, it can be resolved. What they're arguing about, it can be resolved, and maybe it will. Maybe we can look forward to it being resolved. Maybe the next time, if Mr. Kelly calls back to speak to Rick Party, right? And Rick Party just might ask him the question, hey, did you have a authentic conversation with this other blogger named Storm Moreau? And maybe they'll record it, and then, boy, somebody is going to have to pick their face up. What's going on, Tori? Somebody's going to have to pick their face up, like, ow, and then maybe he might say, well, yes, I did. And then now you'll have where Sean Wavy Davy, he going to be grabbing his pants out. I don't know about the nuts or nothing, because normally when your voice and stuff changes like that, you kind of really don't have the nuts anymore. That's just my understanding. Is if they shrink in or some shit. I don't know. I ain't got nothing against, I guess I'm about to say those type of people, because they are different. They do different things and walk different, talk different, just, and that's that. But at the same time, it's an easy fix. It's definitely an easy fix. Rick Party will ask him, and then it can get to the shade room, and then what is it, Hollywood Unlock or something like that. No nuts, girl. No nuts. You say they don't like him over here. I've been on YouTube long enough. Oh, yes, you have, because I be seeing you out there doing your thing, saying R. Kelly saga, and you can tell by the mindset of some people that they do not. It's totally personal with them, Sandra, because of the Tasha K. It's totally personal with them. And then it goes even deeper with, in my opinion, Sean Wavy, right? Because his numbers ain't quite up there yet. So what other way to get up there? It is snatch a nigga down, not by any means necessary. So they put on their binoculars and they're looking, hey queen, and they're looking, waiting for their kind. When I mean by their kind, right? Color, their own people, right? Their own people. They're waiting for them to make a oopsie. And then it's, I got you now, and that clearly shows that, you never liked that person. You never, for whatever reason, that if it had to do something with Tasha K or whatever, you never liked that person, and you were looking, waiting, lurking for a reason to hit that man below the goddamn belt. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up. That was messed up, But yeah, I heard his name too, though, Harold. You said then that, wait a minute. Oh, Harold. I think one time I was like, sometimes I'd be looking for him to come from behind the camera, because I'd be wanting to see what color, is the hair flip today? I'm like, is it blue? Is it green? And is it orange? Is it purple? They wear shit better than goddamn female. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, so Storm Moreau was like, well, I'm going to get, Conscious to be his PR. And I think Conscious might have responded to it. I don't know if he was joking or not, by saying, well, he'll gladly accept that offer, but I don't know. This is ludicrous. Now, I wanted to talk about how I got in my feelings just for a second, because I can turn it on and turn it back off when I am sincere to something, right? And I try to be sincere to this and rock and roll with the people for the support and outside, walking our asses off and everything like that, right? And I'm saying to myself, okay, Mr. Kelly doesn't owe anybody anything, and I do understand that. But then I kept saying, but wait a minute, right? You mean to tell me like he couldn't find like one minion over here who, to say, well, okay, I'm gonna, talk through one person over here under this small umbrella, when this small umbrella of people, they went out there, they went out there. A lot of them has taken hits and hits and hits, but you got the people who has done absolutely nothing but criticize or whatever else, not exclude Natasha and the Rick Party guy, excluding them. But I don't know what you say, Tori. You say, what's crazy? You spoke to Storm about Kale's case, and he was definitely. I watched him when Mr. Kales got arrested. I was watching everybody, and I was like, what? And here's the thing with that though, Tori, because this is where we could get into being hypocritical, right? Not just by verbally, right, but your actions. You should have declined it. You should not even want to have a conversation with Mr. Kelly. You just dog walked him. I can't do that. I can't sit here and be a blogger or a YouTube creator and that bitch and that bitch and that bitch, right? And then next thing I know, I'm smiling and happy to have the bitch that I done talked about on the phone with. Clicks and views. And so that's another thing too, though, because I think someone was saying that he did know Storm Moreau or some stuff like that or whatever. But what? I'm like, what? Just the one show, in my opinion, was good enough. That's all, that's all I'm saying. And if he needed to go a little bit farther, I'm like, he had all of these people over here whom I'm sure he was pretty much well aware that really put in a lot of muscle work, right? A lot of muscle work. I'm also set on, Tori, that the people over here was probably the ones that alarmed him. I will even throw in the goddamn Windbush lady, right? Because it all went down over here. It all went down like right over here. You say can't decline because they want the money and the views, Michelle. But there's no way. I would have not even reached out to him because I have talked about you like shit. That's hypocrisy, man. It's straight up hypocrisy. Those are the top of the line people that you just can't trust. There was Esquire out there, whole hundreds and hundreds of magazines, right? And we know that the magazine may not get it right, but Mr. Kelly had his story printed. I think it was the Esquire or something, right? Because I remember reading it at work, right? And I was like, well, what was wrong with that? This YouTube people, I was like, I'm sitting there like, Miss Kelly, I feel like sometimes I'm talking to him like, tune in. No, no, not that one. They don't give a fuck. No, you only are going to suppress more feelings out here when you put it in the wrong hands, because all they're going to do is keep doing what the fuck they doing. Bringing up Aaliyah. That's shit. Aaliyah parents ain't said a goddamn thing. And if they wanted to, they had the time to do so. Bringing up, with the what's her name? The braid hair girl, $800 and some $1,000. The fuck are you back for? It's just, this shit is deep. It's weird now. It's crazy. And it's just views and clicks for Mr. Kelly. And it sucks. You think that it is so many Black celebs are now starting to get hit more and more with these cases, and the men are starting to look at it like something ain't right. But yeah, what are they going to do though? Tuck their tails? What are they going to do? They see this stuff going on, but nobody wants to put any action into play until it happens to them. That's the only time you're going to see another big old, I know what you will not get another Million Man March out here. You will not see one. It's not going to happen because it's all about individualism, right? If it ain't happened to me, I don't get no fuck. So this is how we think. This is how the majority of our humanity, populated humanity, thinks now. Ain't got no concern of mine. And instead of how you're implying in the chat, right? If it's one, we need to recognize that it could be all. Stand for one, or stand for something, or fall for anything, right? But it's just so complicated, right? Most of them is just afraid of, going inside of the penitentiary now. Nobody wants to go out there and take that risk for handcuffs to be slapped on you, especially if you got a good, track record or something like that. Dollface, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. He definitely does need one, but he is frustrated. You can hear it. You can hear that he's tired. You can hear that he's flabbergasted, because how could something like this happen? How does someone in the BOP, right? Mr. Kelly said a statement too in one of the audios with Rick Party, and he inclined that, one of the BOP officers or something was under an alias or something, and then he came back and he said, well, this person, now that he has found out, has retired, right? And I'm thinking, well, this isn't hard. This isn't hard at all. Everybody has to log in, where with me, it's called a EIN number. You have a number when you go to work, especially if you're on secured computers and things like that, right? It's just trackable. And I'm like, well, this is easy. He should already know. I would think if this was included in this particular search warrant that he said that they had, right? It's who all was at work. Who all was at work? Pull up every goddamn name that is working during that freaking time. Pull up everybody that done. It's called an elimination process, And they said that it was 60. Hell, that's the whole goddamn BOP one. That's a lot of people working that day. So, and he wants justice for that. Well, now you have Tasha K and, a lot of the people over there saying that, and over here, that big-headed ass girl say that shit, where he's just looking for justification to a loophole to find his way out. Well, what do I have to say about that? If it was your ass and they sat here and gave you 30 years based off the fact that there were some women that got scorned, that was upset because things didn't go his way, he couldn't meet with this one. Half of the females were saying, well, I had to sit there and wait for him. You wait for him? Well, where was he? Because on the testimony stand, you said you was with him. But then they turn around and say, well, I had to wait for him. I was left in the room for 2 days. What, Mr. Kelly wasn't there when you showed up? You understand what I'm saying? So it's this shit is crazy, y'all. This shit is crazy. You say, yeah, Tasha, no, she back. She caught a flight back. So she had to come back home. She goes over there for the holidays or something because the grandmother is raising her son now. So her son is going to be smarter than everybody in the United States of America, of America. Right? She's going to have the smartest kid in the world, And what she said about that, I totally disagree, because we do have fantastic schools over in the United States. You do. Most of them you have to pay for them, but they do exist over here. But she, her son is now living in Africa with the grandmother so he can have the best of the schools and learn a whole bunch of different languages. We have that over here. You just got to pay for it. They got a whole bunch of different shit. You want to learn German, Switzerland. You want to learn Poland. You want to learn. They got all the goddamn classes you can take your damn child to. But yeah, so I don't know. I took that as a slap in the face. Like you niggas, kids ain't gonna be shit, but mine's gonna be the best. She don't even know when they turn 18 that he could be the notorious goddamn carjacker and bank robber out here. You don't know what's going to happen to that boy head while he speaking all 12 foreign languages, but shout out to her. You want to pay that? I just feel like that she got him to safety and under a parental custody in case they pick her ass, pick her up. They pick her and him up. What's gonna happen to the baby? So they got him to safety just in case, the feds do come and knock it and bring them on, and then her children don't have to go into child protective service until they get it all figured out. That's what I think. I don't care what nobody else say, but if I know that the Fed's been on my ass, and I know that I done lost one trial, to another celebrity and got to pay all this freaking goddamn money out. Now I got Mr. Kelly coming out, stirring up some shit. Hell, I go take my kids and drop them off too. Pack up, motherfuckers. I gotta let y'all go somewhere. I don't want you to go. You're going to grandmama's. I get ready, I'll take mine too. But what's going on, Sylvia? So, I don't like it. I did not like it, However, you have to watch their stuff to have some understanding before you jump out the window and come on and speak about them. Them niggeros over there, yeah, they need to go on and just sleep with each other or something and get it over. Oh, that's all I'm saying. And like I said, I just wanted to come on real quick because I got to go household supply shopping today, right? So I didn't like it. I really wish that out of all of the people that did put boots on the ground, sweats and tears, digging up paperwork, bringing a lot of this stuff to light, right? I do. I wish it would have hit over here to anybody under this umbrella, one just out of, the appreciation because I'm wondering is would Mr. Kelly have, made this noise about this without all of the people that put into the work of pulling all of this information, putting it all together so that he can see what has happened to him. So what do I think about these parents? I'm with everybody else. I think that all of the ladies that were involved, all the way from Kitty to Javante to you name it, their parents failed them horribly. Failed them. Javante, you should have known better not to get off a goddamn bus to go up in no damn grown man face. The hair, Lanita Carter, if the man hawk spit in your face, get the fuck up and you leave up out the fucking house. But she took that $100. So I have completely zero sympathy. I have to be honest for any one of these ladies who has walked away, took money, spent this, got a car. You made the actions of a man. And this don't have to be just Mr. Kelly. You make the actions of a man okay. So with that, you live with it and you move the fuck on because you should have did what was right. Nobody can convince me that at 15 or 16 or 17 that you don't know no better when I'm sitting here with 3 goddamn girls and umpteens of nieces that knows damn well. And it's funny how they can fix their mouth with all of us ladies around this YouTube street, right? And sit here and say and make it seem like that those are the only ladies that didn't, they didn't know, they can miss me with that shit right there. They did what they wanted to do. Shit happens, like Mr. Kelly says, right? You don't leave and you come back. You leave and you come back. I'll never buy Lisa Van Allen's story. You had a baby, twins. You brought your ass back. You don't get to come out here to cry about nothing, 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 not a book, not nothing. They all have had their fun. I can get into the Azarel. He dropped his video about talking to now that we've learned Joy is Cookie, put the money away, put it behind the couch. Now that part I didn't get. Mr. Kelly, you ain't got no other hiding spot in the goddamn house but behind the damn couch. And who stole all the money? Azarel. And everybody out here with a whole bunch of sympathy or empathy being empathized to this girl. But yet then, if she was going to walk away, she should have walked away what she did not bring in that house. You don't hurt him that way. If you're going to go after him by the law, then walk your ass away broke the same way you came in and then do it to him that way. But she stole everything that was in the house and blame it all on because you lied to me. You lied to me. There was no way that you could convince anybody that this man was going to marry you when he's sitting here showing the world that he had 2 girlfriends. But you was trying to push Joy out, go up there and have this big old fight when we seen them having a birthday and shit together, riding in the car together. Excuse me, y'all. Now, you want to be bigger and better than Joy instead of just going along with the goddamn Joy ride that she been going along in for what, 3 or 4 years? I don't know why I'm choking. And that's fucked up. You've been riding with Joy all this damn time. All this time, but because there was a switch out, well, I want to see Joy this time. He would have probably switched it back. But no, it wasn't good enough. She wanted everything. Knowing damn well she too motherfucking young to be a stepmama. How you gonna be? He got 3 damn kids, one her age. She up there trying to be a stepmama. Oh Lord, have mercy. So that's how I feel about that, to answer that question, y'all. So I may come back on tonight, but I just wanted to touch on meatballs and spaghetti because that's what I call those 2 over there. I did meatballs and spaghetti. Shit is ridiculous. They just making mockery of Mr. Kelly, and it fucking sucks. He's got to make, well, until we find out that the audio that Storm has is authentic, right? Until we find that out, and I'm sure gonna hope that Mr. Rick Party asks, Mr. Kelly, did you drop this? So then that way he can get it over to the shade room and whoever else to get the actual facts out. Yeah, stepmom. She out here like she could have been a whole stepmom at 20. And then all on the screen, you slept with a minor. You've been riding with her all this damn time. You'll be all right. That's just how I feel about it. Though I got more to say, but I gotta go shopping right quick, y'all. Y'all have a good day. And if I come back, I'll see y'all later on tonight.